What happens when you throw the Prince of Asgard up against the King of the Inhumans? A whole lot of destruction. Cities and mountains and continents destroyed. That's what. Thor and Black Bolt are two of the most powerful royals ever. Just put Harry and Meghan to shame. But who would win in a fight between the two of them? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But before we get into it, well, if you think Thor wins, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you disagree, if you think Black Bolt takes it, well, be sure to hit that notification bell. Now let's get it. Blackagar Bolt again. Now that's a name, is the king of the Inhumans. Because he was exposed to the Terrigen Mist when he was just an embryo, every other Inhuman is exposed when they come of age. Black Bolt is incredibly powerful. And most of that power comes in the form of his voice, unleashing a massive shockwave whenever he utters a word. But that's not actually Black Bolt's main power. No, his main power is the ability to manipulate the electrons in the air and all around us. His voice is just one of the main ways he chooses to do that. Meaning that Black Bolt is really way more powerful than you might think. Like, for example, Black Bolt is actually incredibly strong and incredibly tough. Thor isn't going to be able to just swing around Mjolnir, hit Black Bolt once or twice, and hope that does the trick. No, that's not how this fight is going to play out. Black Bolt has sent a thing flying with a punch. Actually made the thing his punching bag a few times. Got some nice hits in on the Hulk, overpowered Namor. He's even fought against Gladiator multiple times one-on-one. Yeah, all those guys are either Thor level or close to it. So you gotta imagine that Black Bolt is gonna be able to get in there and give Thor a great fight too. Of course, you also gotta be able to take a punch when you're in a fist fight, especially when you're in a fist fight with Thor and that big hunk of stone he calls a hammer. And boy, can Black Bolt do that. He's gotten back up after hits from Thing, hits from Vulcan, hits from Hulk, hits from Gladiator. Even survived a city being destroyed all around him, and some massive hits from Thanos to go along with it. But I mean, it's nice that Black Bolt can compete in these areas, and he can compete, but at the end of the day, well, Thor is still Thor. And Thor is still better here. He's strong enough to bench press small planets, overwhelm the world engine, lift the world serpent off of the earth, and when he starts swinging Mjolnir around, well, oh boy, you better just get out of the freaking way. Thor can topple cities, destroy mountains, even shatter moons with strikes from Mjolnir. Black Bolt just can't compare with that kind of strength. I guess he could do similar stuff with his shout and his scream, but with just his fists? Nah, Thor is way stronger here. And Thor is also definitely tougher. He's taken beatings from Juggernaut, from Thanos, from Sentry that was felt all around the whole planet. Planet destroying blast from Thanos. He can casually fly around inside the sun, and he's already taken shouts from Black Bolt. Black Bolt, who was definitely a little bit pissed off. So yeah, safe to say that Thor is tougher. He's more durable. And all this basically means that Black Bolt wants to win this fight. And he obviously wants to win, that he's gonna have to rely on a few of his more unique powers. And his voice, of course. Black Bolt can fire out electron beams, basically turning his electron manipulation into an energy attack. And it's so powerful that it's reached the point where Black Bolt used it to counteract a solar flare. But he's also done some really other crazy stuff. Like he could turn men into stone or cause every electron in Thor's body to collide with another electron. He's absorbed Human Torch's powers, unleashed mental attacks, even overpowered Vulcan, an Omega level mutant. Black Bolt can really do a lot. And then there's his voice. He was able to destroy a dome that Thor literally just couldn't affect with Mjolnir. He's downed Hulk and Gladiator, put them down with his voice. Literally just leaves absolutely nothing in his wake pretty much every single time he says a word. He's messed up Thanos, literally melted Vulcan's flesh off and turned a scroll into paste. In the few rare times where he's been unable to control his voice, well, he's been able to do stuff like damage the entire planet. So just because Thor's gone up against Black Bolt before, doesn't really mean he's gone up against Black Bolt before. You know what I mean? I mean, this is one of the few guys who's able to beat the Hulk. He's absolutely no joke. But Thor? Well, he's still Thor. He can really pack a punch with Mjolnir. Like, really pack a punch. But also absorb and redirect planet destroying blast. Launch out beams of his own powerful enough to hurt Mangog or send people flying into the sun. Then even open up different portals to other dimensions and universes. He can manipulate lightning on a planetary scale, welding the tectonic plates of a planet back together or channeling enough lightning to destroy moons. He can cause windstorms that can lead to earthquakes or shatter mountains or even threaten to destroy half the planet with just wind. If he really wanted to, he could create a storm so powerful that it could result in nuclear fission and lead to nuclear explosions. So, who ultimately wins here? Well, that's honestly a really tough one. Because Black Bolt's power and his shout ranges a little bit. On one hand, he's down to Gladiator with a whisper in his ear. On the other hand, direct shouts at Thanos in his face didn't really do anything. It's been said before that Black Bolt has the potential to shatter moons and crack planets with a shout. Nice theory, never actually seen it. We've actually seen Thor do stuff like that. Thor might be put down by Black Bolt's shout. Could definitely see that happening. But I could also see Thor taking that shout, standing there and enduring it, then breaking his jaw with Mjolnir. Both of those are totally likely outcomes. Could see both of those playing out. But at the end of the day, I think I gotta fall back on Thor's higher power level, more established power level, better high end feats, better track record against big name heroes and villains, just everything like that going for him. Definitely not going to be an easy fight, but I think Thor takes it. Thor wins.